Okay, so let's get started. The topic for this webinar is I'll tell you how our presentation will be going. First, I'll talk about the markets, what I'm expecting from the markets in the coming week, and then I will be talking about some stocks that I have in my radar that I'll be looking out for this week in the markets. Then I'll open the room for discussion. If you have any doubts, you let me know in the chat, and I can accordingly answer to your doubts. So let's just talk about the markets first. You can message me your doubts, but I'll only see them after 10-15 minutes, and accordingly we can discuss about them. So first of all, let's look at the data. That's something we have to always study, before we take any position. Doesn't mean data is 100% correct. A lot of times data is manipulated, but by looking at the data, we do understand and get an idea of how things are and what should be our stance in the market. So if you look at the data right now, let's talk about the calls first, the index calls. So you can see that the clients, they had about 70,000 calls in the market 2 days ago. They were quite bullish in the markets. And today the clients are short on calls. So if clients are short on call, this means that they are bearish. So if the clients are bearish, that is a negative, that is a good sign for the markets. That means your FIIs are bullish. So I want to explain a simple correlation for people who are new in this module. Let me explain a very, very simple correlation. There are two parties that you need to be very familiar with. That is your FIIs. This is one party. And the second party is clients. And then there's the market. FIIs are your foreign institutions. The clients are people like you and me, small money. So if the FIIs are buying in the market, can you tell me in the chat who is selling to the FIIs? If FIIs are buying, who is selling to the FIIs? I want to listen to your answer in the chat. What do you think? Yes, your clients, DIIs don't really change too much position. So clients are selling to FIIs. So that means if FIIs are bullish, your clients are going to be bearish and the markets are basically going to be bullish. They would like to, more often than not, move in the direction of FIIs. That is why we say clients often get trapped in the market. If the FIIs are selling in the market, obviously who is buying? There has to be a person who will buy. So can you tell me in the chat who is going to be a buyer in the market? If FIIs are selling, who is buying from them? Clients. Yes, clients will be buying from them, and that would basically mean that the markets want to go down. So you can see clients, no matter what, they will generally get trapped because we need someone to lose money. We need some impatient party to lose money, and that is generally clients. So you can see how FIIs and clients always move in the opposite direction. Now try to understand the data, because now I think this will make much more sense to you when I read the data. You can see what happened in calls. Calls is basically what you do, Nifty Bank. FII clients were long in the market. That means the FIIs were not very strong. Now what they have done is clients have taken short in the market. They have short calls, it is a good sign for the market. So if clients are bearish on the calls, that's a good sign because FIIs have added calls. You can see how FIIs, if you compare 1 day ago data, FIIs have added about 12,000 calls in the market. So that means markets are doing okay. Yes, to some extent, this is regarding the China blip that happened on Friday, but it's a good thing for the markets. The second thing is, let's look at the index futures, Nifty Bank futures. What has happened there? Clients from 27,000 shorts, they have increased shorts to 37,000 contracts. That means they are becoming more and more bearish, which means that if they are selling 10,000 contracts, who is buying? Exactly 10,000 contracts has been bought by FIIs. So clients again have been made a fool of, and you can see pros are unchanged. Your DIIs are unchanged. So basically this entire shake-up has happened with the FII. So you can see how FIIs have turned bullish in the market on Friday. That's the first thing to see. Now let's have a look at puts. So see what FIIs have done. FIIs have reduced their puts. You can easily see. So if FIIs are reducing the puts, that means somewhat they are seeing the markets to go up, and somewhere they are not finding any fatigue in the market. So things are looking okay. If you look at the stock future contracts, see what's happening in the stock future. Clients have significantly reduced stock futures, 20,000 odd contracts. They are becoming bearish. So who will buy from them? Pros have bought from them. At the same time, even your FIIs have added stock futures. So you can see the data is fully bullish. and clients are fully bearish. So I get an idea that markets are going to do well. I will not be surprised if the markets tomorrow open gap up 100 and 150 points. It will not be a very big deal. Already, if you look at the SGX Nifty futures right now, it's already standing at 488. And currently Nifty spot is out 347. Or right now indicates a 140 point premium. This could change. This could be a 200 point premium also. It all depends how markets react. So what does the market have to react to? So I put up a post on our Instagram, and you all must have probably seen that. So markets, by the way, is the FII DII data clear? Have you all understood that? Let me give me a yes in the community so I can move forward with my next step of analysis. Right, Amit? Perfect, perfect. So you have to plan accordingly. I really don't want anyone to, take shots in the market. A lot of people, see, I'll tell you something honestly. I've been in this market for quite some time. I know people who are holding shorts. They are rolling over their future shorts since February, since March, since April. It's been and not in India, everywhere. And they are just finding reasons to, and they are trying to go for something we call confirmation bias, that, coronavirus cases are increasing. Guys, get over it. Markets are not really thinking about all of that right now. Markets have discounted everything. They are at fresh highs. So please don't be under the impression that things are bad, they will crumble. Forget about all of that. We will get bearish when markets tell us to go bearish. Otherwise, we have no reason to go bearish right now. I have a simple rule in the market. When can we go short? It is not your job to find tops and bottoms in market. Please be like FIIs, be momentum players. If the momentum is driving you forward, go ahead with that. Don't look for a top and go short, because eventually you'll keep on losing money that way. We can go short when? Go to the 15-minute charts. I'll give you a very, very simple idea. You can see currently markets are quite in a good uptrend. Trend is intact. So until the trend doesn't get bent, we cannot go short, because what markets are doing is they give you a dip and markets from here take a support and then they go up. So our stance will be status quo. We will be maintaining a buy on dip stance in the market. So that is something I want to keep all of you alert on. So please don't come to me with screenshots of you buying puts, because I'm making it clear right now, we will not be buying puts right now. I do have a cyclical date coming on Jan 15. That is one cyclical event. And maybe I will take a shot at that price. Maybe we can get a good correction on that. I think this is Friday. If I do that, you will be alerted on Thursday. But I am not saying to go short today. We are bullish in the market. I will answer all of your doubts within 5 minutes. Please have some patience. Thank you so much, Pranav. Now, what are the events that we have to focus on? First of all is earnings. Quarter 3 is starting. Quarter 3 earnings are starting. Basically, whoever is new, doesn't have an idea about the fundamentals of the market, guys, be self-aware. As per SEBI regulations, every company has to post quarterly earnings. So the quarter October to December, the earnings of this quarter will be now posted in January and February. So now TCS, DMart, they posted really, really good results. TCS posted, strongest results in 9 years. So that is going to be taken very, very appreciated by the markets. Basically, whatever earnings TCS posts or Infosys posts, that basically decides what the markets want to do. And since they have posted some really fabulous numbers, it's been on the TFA daily groups. That means that all the businesses are going to do well. It's a rule of thumb. So because of TCS currently has about 5 to 6% weight in Nifty. If TCS opens tomorrow 3-4% gap up, don't go long. Please understand this very simple logic. I want to show you the daily charts, how markets react. Please mute yourself, whoever has joined right now. I'm going to explain a very, very simple logic to you. Guys, accordingly, you have to plan. Markets, you all have studied Dow theory in our lectures. Markets will discount information, meaning the rally that you have seen in TCS has already discounted the results. What can happen tomorrow is markets can give you a gap up. Doesn't mean you buy here. Whoever will buy TCS tomorrow at a 2-3% gap, God be with you, because I am not going to be with you, because no one will buy TCS here. It is you people who will buy, us clients, and people like the big money. This is a distribution phase. The accumulation has already happened. What am I trying to say? Please let me show you an example, a very, very simple example on the charts of TCS. Look at the results of TCS. Let's look at this earnings date. You can see at this point of time when TCS posted their earnings. TCS always posts good numbers. That's something you should know. So when TCS posted its earnings over here, markets gave a gap up, and it will give you a gap up tomorrow also because of the fabulous numbers. But whoever has bought here at 1800, the next 1-2 days, markets took the money and went down 150 points. Look at the numbers again. At this point of time, when markets gave you the earnings, they already had discounted everything. And after the earnings were posted, they had fallen down. Another thing you can see is over here. Markets gave you a gap up because they were anticipating good earnings. So when the earnings were posted, they will give you a gap up. Even tomorrow, gap up will happen. But whoever is buying here in excitement, you are getting stuck because it is nothing but distribution. So what I'm trying to tell you is tomorrow also TCS will give you a gap up, but you do not have to buy here. If you want to buy, wait for some fall, wait for some retracement, then buy TCS. But now is not the time to buy. I hope that is clear. So this will apply to all your companies. If you are finding, so what companies are posting results now? In this week, Infosys, Hathaway, Wipro, Den, HCL Technologies, HDFC Bank, important. HDFC Bank will decide what the private banks are going to post, because we will have to keep a watch on the NPAs, the asset quality. So you all have to track HDFC Bank result. That will decide where Bank Nifty has to go, and that can give you a reason if Nifty wants to fall or not. So keep that on your watch list. HCL Tech, Wipro, Infosys, HDFC Bank, Tata Elxsi, HFCL, Shoppers Stop, L&T Finance, and PVR. These are some big companies which will be posting the results. So what you can do is you can make a lot of money in BTSTs. For example, a lot of people in our groups have already taken BTST on TCS, meaning they were expecting good results, and now Monday markets will gap up. They will immediately book their profits here, not hold it longer, but they will immediately book profits. So if you see some good momentum coming in after 2 o'clock in the charts, that's a signal for all of you to take a BTST trade and sell it immediately in the morning. Please understand, BTST strictly means you sell at 9:15. You don't have to be greedy. If you see a profit, book the profit. If you see a loss, you book your loss. Are these small doubts clear? So let me show why I took power grid. A lot of you know, but let me show you how you can do trades like that in the future. Just to give you an idea about BTST, because I'm not very active in the board project community sometimes. So you can see right now in the last 45 minutes, markets gave you very good volume, and they have already broken out on the daily chart. So this means that on Monday, markets are expected of power grid to open higher. So in such examples, find daily breakouts. Find 15-minute breakouts in the last 30-35 minutes. If you find these cases, you can try to go for a BTST, because markets are in the earnings season. If your company is posting better than expected results, you are going to get a gap up. And obviously, because of the gap up, you will not be able to make a lot of money on that day. If you have any doubts, I am open to your questions right now. Let me discuss 1-2 more points, and then I'll be open to your questions. So earnings is something we have to watch. Number two, we also have to keep a track on the FII inflows. Something very, very important. The reason is that FIIs have already pumped in about 65,000 crores last month, 60,000 crores in November also. So their tally has crossed about 1.6 lakh crores as of date in the last 3 months. So is that FII flow going to continue? Because if you see the emerging market data, all the emerging markets except India have seen an outflow. India is the only emerging market which is seeing continuous inflows. So you all can track the Morgan Stanley Emerging Market Index. That will give you a very good idea. So Abhyant will be guiding you through that, but you have to keep an eye on what the FIIs inflow are doing. That's the second point to keep in mind. But as I speak, your markets are not yet fatigued. You will not take a shot in the markets just for the sake. I know some bears in the group. Shahzad, you're one of them. If you're watching this video right now, please be careful. If you are taking shots, you are losing money every single day. The other important news is your NSE Financial Service Index is being introduced from tomorrow. I will suggest, so all the life insurance companies are coming in, finance companies are coming in, HDFC is there, Chola, Mandalam, all these companies are coming in. So I think the lot of financial service index is 40. That's, if I'm not wrong, that's size of one lot for the new index that are coming in. And I think they have weekly expiries as every other index. So my view will be try to observe this for 1-2 days, and then we will hop into it. So anything that is introduced for the first time, don't be excited. Your money is limited. Your capital has a limited constraint. So we will observe the index because you already have Nifty Bank. So because of this, yes, we will see some good, volatility tomorrow in the markets. But let's observe the index for 1-2 days, and then we will hop onto it and decide what to do. Another important update is that inflation data will be out this week, and the IIP data will be out. The industrial production data will be out, as well as your WPI CPI data will be out. I think the inflation data is out on Tuesdays and on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that is something you have to keep a track on. So if inflation is going to, get reduced, that is something what the markets are looking forward to. That can again give you some good movement on the markets. If inflation is increasing, markets will try to take that negatively. IIP data is the industrial production. So we will see how the mining sector is doing, how the manufacturing sector is doing, what is the output like. So that's another event to keep a track on this week. And also America, you always have to track the American markets. You have to track the dollar index. American markets are doing fairly well. They have given you a fresh breakout. If you all remember my charts that we keep on sharing in this group, this pennant pattern has been broken. America is at lifetime highs because now there is more clarity of Biden now being the president of the country. Please mute yourself if you've just joined. Thank you. So Biden has more clarity now of being the president. Now what America has to keep an eye on is the Trump impeachment, because a lot of proceedings are being moved against him because of the US capital intruders that had come in last week. So we have to keep an eye on what's the relation going on with Trump and his impeachment. But overall, things are okay. If you see all the global markets, things are okay. Also, the vaccinations drive is starting on January 16th. Another positive things. So the pharma stocks will be doing good. Pharma logistics companies. So maybe now Snowman will start to pick its pace up. So currently, a lot of people are asking me, what should we do with Snowman? I'm giving you a hold on Snowman. I have never told you to add. I'm not telling you to reduce. I'm maintaining hold. The reason is because currently Snowman is not a very good trade. It's a losing trade right now. A lot of people have bought 50. That's okay. But Snowman is a poor company. It's posting losses year after year. You all are aware of that who have taken this trade. We will try to add Snowman. It's a COVID play. So that would probably take 4 to 5 weeks if it shows some potential. So if you want to add Snowman, let it give you a breakout. Let it give you a retracement. Then we will think of adding. But as of now, the position that we are doing in our main mentorship forum is to hold Snowman and not proceeding further with that. But vaccination play is going to affect the healthcare companies. So keep an eye on those companies as well. And we are bullish on IT. So things are doing okay. So that's about the next week. Whoever has some doubts, you can send the chat so I can discuss your doubts. The floor is open now. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, please tell me. Bhavesh, tell me.
Sir, on that day, you have shared one screenshot of your holdings. So I want to know that when did you take the trades?
See, I'm a positional trader. I took a majority of those trades, which are in already 100% profit. They were taken at COVID lows. So a lot of trades like Page Industries, I bought at 17,000, Kotak at 800. They were taken at COVID lows when things were really bad. So I follow one very simple quote by Warren Buffett. When the markets are getting greedy, it's time for you to become fearful. And when the markets are becoming fearful, you have to become greedy. So when things were really plunging, we found some good accumulation and we started pumping money into the markets. So all those 150%, 200% returns you're seeing are in the COVID lows. Yeah. Any doubts about the markets? Because see, Bhavesh, we are not going short. This is a very, very, very big problem that people have. Markets, can give you a pullback, but is the structure of TCS bearish? It is not. It is giving you a pullback. Your job is to find the retracement and hop into the retracement again. We are not going on short on TCS. As simple as that. Company is good. Maybe company give you 5% move tomorrow. Who knows? I hope that is clear.
The currently IT sector is looking too bullish.
Yeah, IT sector is bullish. If you see the IT, if I show you the charts, IT sector 3.6. Auto is doing really well. I'll share some trade. It's given a fresh breakout. So whoever is going short in the market, I am telling you guys, I'm not suggesting that. If you want to do it, take your risk. But we see again and again, I'm telling you, market is not about making money. It's about you taking safe trades. You are putting money against FIIs, pumping 6,000 crores every day. You want to take short, they want to buy. You are getting trapped. I'm showing you this data for a reason. You are becoming bearish for no reason. These are the people who are making money, not you people. So please do this very simple analysis I'm telling you. Acha, before I start, let me explain what my view for the market is tomorrow. That is something I've already forgotten. Because markets tomorrow is something very simple. I would be interested in Bank Nifty. Why? Let's talk about Bank Nifty. Let's look at the daily chart of Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty chart is bullish. If I open the 5 moving average, we are comfortably above the 5 moving average. So there is no bend in the trend. That's the point number one. So let's go to the 15-minute chart and understand what Bank Nifty is doing. So Bank Nifty, the interesting thing for Bank Nifty is that Bank Nifty is stuck in this very tight consolidated range. So Bank Nifty is deciding what it wants to do. And Bank Nifty has already given you a range. So something like 31,950 and 32,250. This is a 300-point range formed on Bank Nifty. So whichever side the movement will happen, hop onto the trade. So whoever is an intraday trader, your goal is very simple. Because tomorrow, if the markets are opening flat, so let's say for some reason, tomorrow the markets are opening flat, what you can do is, as soon as this level is broken on a 15-minute closing, hop into the trade and be a buyer on Bank Nifty. What are we expecting looking at the data? See, expecting looking at the data, TCS numbers, DMART numbers, SGX Nifty, markets might open here, 32,300. It can open there. What do you do in such a case? So the move has already happened. So people who went long in the markets on Friday, they have made their money. So now we can't enter long here. Then you will have to observe price action, meaning, first of all, your trade sizing has to become small. You cannot enter in the same quantity. If you were taking 10 lots, you can now enter only 5 lots. And you will then observe price action. What is price action doing? And whichever side that price action breaks, you can take that trade. But our stance will be buy on dips. We will maintain a bullish stance. We will not go in the market short unnecessarily. Unless until I tell you to do so, please don't go short in the market, because markets right now don't want to go down. Talking about Nifty now, Nifty doesn't look really interesting. Yes, because of TCS, Nifty might go up higher. It's a good possibility. But if you can see, Nifty is giving you very staggered movement. So markets open here. You have no levels to look forward to. So Bank Nifty in such a case looks much more interesting. So what I would personally like is that markets to give you some kind of a range. So let's say they open gap up tomorrow, which they might. So let price action tell you what the markets want to do. And whenever that price action is broken, accordingly, we'll take a trade. We'll not take a trade unnecessarily. So tomorrow, I would all expect you to watch the markets, observe the markets. The reason is I'm expecting a good gap up tomorrow. And it's possible 90% of the times, whenever markets give you a very good gap up, they always move sideways because all the profits are gone overnight and things go sideways. So for tomorrow, if markets give you a big gap up, try to maintain a stock specific stance. We'll discuss about some stocks. Let's try to maintain a stock specific stance, and accordingly we can make money in the markets. And that's why I'm saying, guys, markets a lot of times now will keep on giving you gap up or gap down depending upon results of important companies. So it's your job, if you find some good results, try to do BTSTs, book your profit in gap up and be done for the day. Because if big gap ups are happening or big gap downs are happening, markets will just become sideways because everything has gone overnight. So just keep that in mind. So that's our, we have about 4 minutes left in the meeting. So what we'll do right now is I'll just end this meeting. Whoever is interested for a general discussion, please join the meeting again. I'm sharing you a link again in 5 minutes. So please join that meeting, and accordingly we can have a general discussion about the stocks, and I can hear your doubts and I can accordingly solve your doubts. Okay? Thank you so much, guys.